There's a big blow up on Capitol Hill today when Dr. Fauci was pressed on when he thinks the country will get back to normal.
Where does it get to? When it comes down, what number do we get our liberties back? Tell me the number. Tell me the number.
When 90% of the members of Congress get vaccinated.
But you're not a doctor, Mr. Clyburn. He is. What is the number? I can't
Thank you for recognizing me, Mr. Clyburn. Thank you.
The chair now recognizes for 5 minutes.
I'd like my question
Ms.
answered.
Maloney.
I don't want.
Reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time.
Regular order.
No,
just a moment.
Mr. Chairman, I don't want you to answer my question. The American people want Dr. Fauci to answer the question. What does it have to be?
Sir. If you need to respect the chair and shut your mouth.
This was eye-opening, this hearing. Could you imagine if Jim Jordan had told Maxine to shut her mouth? Woo!
No.
I think that would be our lead story. So,
for days.
Fauci says right now there are 60,000 new infections a day. He's not comfortable with that level. Mostly those new infections are younger Americans, and that's a good thing. And he said, well, what number would you be comfortable with? When can we get our rights back? Go to church, open a business, freedom of speech and assembly. Fauci didn't give him a number because, Dana, he doesn't have a number. In Fauci's world, things can't go back to normal, even if one American has COVID-19. And that's the point. Fauci's too narrowly focused. He has tunnel vision. He's risk averse. He'd be a terrible investor, a terrible general. And he's obsessed with just this at the expense of everything else. But that obsession with this pandemic mentality, that syncs up with the media. The media wants to prolong this mentality because it's good, because fear sells. You saw that O'Keefe deal. The Democratic Party wants to prolong the pandemic mentality because it justifies their emergency blockbuster spending. And corporate America wants to keep it this way too because they're making a lot of money in remote economy at the expense of small business and mid-cap business.
Well,
that's what this is about.
And hotels. I mean, Greg was talking to a driver today who said that there's no business travel, no foreign travel, there's no tourism. Like, we're going in the second year of this, and I know you have friends that own restaurants. I mean, we've got to figure out a way to be able to get vaccinated and get back to normal.
We also need to have foot traffic.
Yeah.
Because I remember getting in these arguments over the broken windows theory and how the broken windows theory wasn't correct. Well, I think this last year has proved that when a city goes downhill, it continues to go downhill. When you allow the graffiti to keep going and the windows to break and the stuff to shut down, and then the foot traffic decreases, and then what you have is a lot of real sinister stuff going around right outside your door. Fauci, in his defense, and other people have said this before, he's not a leader. He's not a leader, and a leader has to make decisions that have a risk, right?
Yep.
They have to look at the cost and benefits of everything. All he does is he looks at the cost because that's all he's been trained to do. But intelligent people who then move on to a position of leadership understand that there's no such thing as zero risk. There's no such, I mean, there's a comparison to the riots in the sense that no one wants to address the statistical analysis of anything anymore. We are allergic to statistics. There's a the amount of side effects with the vaccine is rare. One tumor, one blood clot for every million. It sounds awfully similar to when you're discussing police brutality or just about anything. We are living in a society where we do not understand that risk is part of your life.
Yeah.
And that oftentimes, if you try to eliminate that one thing, the 1 in a million, you allow for other risks to increase. So, i.e., defunding the police might get you down to zero. But what happens with crime? That all comes up. Everything is a cost-benefit equation, and you can't expect a bureaucrat to do that. It's out of their pay grade.